Exactly. Authenticity is about saying a bunch of unpopular stuff, which is why politicians are generally inauthentic, because their job is to say stuff that people want to hear, or you don't win.
Yeah.
Right. But
I guess Trump proved us wrong by saying a lot of things that people didn't want to hear. But
yeah, I mean, I think that's right. But I think that we'll find out whether that's a lasting trend. Not to get into 2016 election analysis, but I would say that President Trump, I would say Hillary Clinton lost the election much more than President Trump won it.
Yeah.
So I think that, and she. And it is true that in politics there is this weird thing where people want to hear what they want to hear, but they also hate inauthenticity. And so
his authenticity
trumped her inauthenticity. Right? Obama was an authentic politician. He tended to believe all the things that he would say. He didn't feel like he was pandering as much, even though I think that he was. I think he was, but he was. Obama is who Obama is. I'm not even sure that Hillary Clinton knows who Hillary Clinton is, and I think it was a problem for her in 2016. Trump is exactly who he is, for better and for worse, right? And for all the things good about him, all the things bad about him, that dude is authentically what Donald Trump is. And people sense that, and so when they had the choice between, and not even choosing between Hillary and Trump, I don't think that's how most people came down to it. I don't think most people were like, should I choose one or should I choose the other? I think it was people were like, should I go to the polls today or not?
Right.
And for people who thought Hillary was like, I really want to really owe that to her. And for people who thought Trump was authentic, like, yeah, I'm right, I'm going to the polls today. That's authentic. You say what I think. Right? And that was sort of the feel in 2016.
Yeah. Oh. So you think if you had more of a normal childhood where you weren't as bullied or picked on or these things, where do you think you'd be today? What would you be doing?
Yeah, I'd probably be a successful lawyer.
Right.
I mean,
and that's what you did. You went to law school.
Right. And then I worked at a law firm. And, part of being in a law firm requires you to be part of the social group. Because otherwise working in a law firm really blows. It's a terrible job, especially in the early years. And for me, it was, I don't care about any of this stuff. I mean, I was the guy who, and so the authenticity has stuff, and it sounds better. When I was interviewing for law firm jobs, I was really interviewers, and it did not work well. I had the worst law school interview. I had the worst law firm interview record anybody I've ever heard of at Harvard Law. But I had 32 law firm interviews and got one offer. And I graduated from Harvard, and I'd written 3 books at the time. So my resume was pretty good.
You got one offer.
I got one offer. But that's because I would ask questions like somebody would say, I remember one interview, they would say something like, why do you want to work in corporate law? Now, look, we all know the answer why you want to work in corporate law, right? You've got $200,000 in debt or $150,000 in debt, and no one grows up thinking, you know what I really want to do with my life? I want to spend the next 4 years of my life right out of law school reading for page numbers and for missing commas and indents. And which is what you do. Work 2,100 billable hours at a major law firm. You're there from 8 in the morning to 9 at night reading for page numbers and paginations. And so they said, what do you want to work at in corporate law? I said, for the money. Mm-hmm. And which is the true answer, but not a good answer, right?
So I want to help people who are, wrongfully accused.
Right, but that's not even what you do at a corporate law firm, right? So you couldn't even say, I want to be Atticus Finch or something. Right. The answer for one is because I want to get into simulation, and because I really like back and forth, and I love the court system, and I really enjoy reading case law and all this stuff. And I was like, nah. You're you. I mean, like, what are you doing here? You're making $2 million a year as a partner. You can be doing this for $100,000 a year. I mean, and that was for me always an issue when it came to jobs. Was the money actually was, maybe this is because I grew up middle class, not poor, not rich, very middle class. And so, like, my first home where I lived until I was 11 was probably an 1,100 square foot home in Burbank, where we had one bathroom for 6 people, and I shared a one bedroom with 3 of my sisters. So it was not poor, but like we're fine, but not loaded or anything. And so because of that, I was never really afraid of living like that, and also because I grew up with solid education, I wasn't afraid of falling completely off the ladder completely, and made decent decisions. I wasn't really afraid of that. And again, the biggest privilege you have in American life is twofold. 2 biggest privileges in American life: being born here, having 2 parents at home. Those are the 2 biggest privileges, and I had both of those things. So I wasn't really that afraid of not earning tons of money or anything. And so when I never had to be forced into a position of I need to take a job just for the money. Like, I worked at a law firm for 10 months, and the initial pay at the law firm is not like private information. It's true for every major law firm as of like 2007 when I joined. The initial pay of law firms was $180,000 a year. And
That's for salary,
which is a great first salary. It's a lot of money.
Huge.
I mean, it's a great second salary. It's a great salary, right? $180,000 a year is a lot of money. And I worked there for 10 months, and I hated it. I mean, just despised it. And after 10 months, I walked in and I quit. The job lined up in a mortgage because I just bought a condo with my wife.
You're in LA, or was this?
Yeah, I was in LA. And I walked in and I quit. I took a job that month there working for Talk Radio Network, which was a syndicator for Michael Stonewall Ingram for less than a third of the day. And that was just the way because I didn't feel fulfilled. I hated it. I mean, I remember turning to she was my fiance. I remember turning to her and saying, I hate this so much. I'm miserable. I mean, I lost weight. Like I wasn't eating. I'm miserable. I can't. Yeah, exactly. I was down to like, I'm like my normal weight is like 160, 165. I was down to like 138. So I turned to my wife and I'm like, I'm just miserable. And she said, well, then you should quit. Her parents were like, no, don't quit. Her parents were like, don't quit. Don't quit. You're making lots of money. I was like, no, the funniest part is when I quit, I walked into the senior associate's office and I'm done. And I said, no, I can't deal with this. This is just the worst. I need it. And he was trying to convince me not to do it. And he brought in another senior associate who was in interleague baseball. And this guy, was still young, senior associate. I mean, he's like 31, 32. And he, at this point I was 24. So 23. And so, 23. And 24. In any case, we all sat down, and Doug was trying to get us not to quit. Henry was trying to get us not to quit, and I'm saying, like, guys, this is miserable. This sucks. Work is boring. All the people here are jerks. Right, and about 5 minutes into the conversation, Andrew turns to Doug and says, maybe I should. He was dead serious. Andrew was the other senior associate. Wow. He turned to the other senior. He's like, maybe I'll go back playing ball, man. I hate this. So it turned from them trying to stop me from quitting to one guy trying to stop you guys. I guess I was convincing that he ended up quitting. I think he had a mortgage too, but I walked in and they lined first. I walked into the boss's office and ran the branch. And I said, I'm quitting. And he said, you'll never make as much money as this again. You're blowing it. I'm never going to make anything like this money again. Well, then I guess I'll never make this kind of money again. I've wanted to send my tax return. I've wanted to send him my tax return so long now. But
that's the bullied kid in us that wants to prove people wrong, right? It's like I always did that too. For all of my 20s, people said I wasn't going to make it as a pro athlete. They said I wasn't going to make money when I was broke on my sister's couch, all these things. And now
success is great revenge. It really is.
The emails I get, the messages I get on Facebook from people from like back in the past, I'm like, this is just so funny to me. It's funny, but it's all good. I used to be so motivated to prove people wrong, and it worked. I would achieve everything by proving people wrong and prove them wrong. And then I realized, like, wow, this doesn't actually bring me fulfillment or happiness.
Right.
It wasn't until when I hit 30 when I started to shift it all and say, you know what, I'm just going to start lifting people up and like serving people and not focusing on the 5 bullies in high school or middle school or the person who did this and that.
Right.
And focus on like now.
No, that's exactly right. I mean, you've seen Back to the Future 3. Remember, there's the train in Back to the Future 3 where they keep throwing in these kind of incendiaries into the train and it changes the color of the smoke coming out. But it gives it boost at a higher speed each time. So anger can be that boost. It can be the actual baseline fuel you're using to run the train.
Yes.
So it gives you that temporary high and it's like, okay, I'm going to go out and do something today. But what actually makes you go do the work on an increasing level over an amount of time is the actual purpose.
Exactly. I've only got a few minutes left to see if I've got a few questions. Since you just mentioned purpose and meaning, what is your purpose and mission moving forward?
So I'm deeply interested in revitalizing the values that I think we all ought to hold in common and undergird the idea of human rights and limited government. So on a political level, I've always been very committed to the idea that freedom is based on we as individuals are in the image of God. And that means that we have certain rights that go along with that. Free speech, the right to freedom of religion, the right to economic freedom. We can make decisions with our own money without somebody sitting over our shoulder and telling us what to do. All of that is rooted in certain fundamental values that require us also to have a social fabric. So we need to help other people. We need to live in communities where we have a common set of rules. We need to stand up against discrimination when we see it. We need to also stand up against pandering when we see it. I've always been committed to that we need to change how people think in order for them to change how they live. And so that's basically what I'm dedicated to. It's why
people change the way they think.
Yeah, and think more in terms. Again, it's everything we've been talking about. Change the mindset from, why is the world being made to? Okay, here's where the world is. Here's how I'm going to succeed, and here's why I should succeed. And so I think